But what a shame, yaar. What a shame if you've lived a life, if you have a story to tell, if you have a freedom to express, would you choose to live that kind of a lifestyle where you're running from one craving to another? To create is to be alive. कॉलेज की बात की लाइफ और टेक और डिजिटल दुनिया के करियर्स, इन सब के बारे में कॉलेज तो आपको बताने से रहा। हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। यहाँ पे मैं ब्रेक डाउन करता हूँ ऑल दैट यू नीड टू मेक इट इन योर लाइफ आफ्टर कॉलेज। कम ऑन इन। Today, I have something important to talk to you guys about. In fact, I want you to go on a journey with me. And in this journey, we're going to have pit stops. We're going to have roughly 10 pit stops, and each pit stop is going to cover a certain point. What is this journey about? This journey is about creation. Why in your 20s you should be a creator. I've always created for you, but today I want you to be a creator. Now, here we come to the pit stop one. What kind of a creator do I want you to be? Is it a content creator? Well, perhaps. In the last 1 year, because of pandemic, what we've run into is the creator economy. What is the creator economy? Creator economy is this thing where people like you and I have built audiences on Twitter, have built audiences on Instagram, have built audiences on YouTube, and what they've done is they have found a way to monetize their audiences. They give value to this audience, they give content to this audience, and when this audience consumes their content again and again and engages with them, this audience starts trusting the content creator. So content is a way to build trust in mass. When you create and you show it to people, people start liking you, they start trusting you, and because of internet, your content can reach across the globe. So yes, perhaps one of the things you can do to become a creator is become a content creator. But is that it? Is that all that it means to be a creator? Is that all that it means to create? That brings us to our second pit stop. What does it mean to be a creator? Now, is content creation all that there is to creation? Does the word creator just mean to create content? Let's zoom out from the social media and the creator economy bit for a bit. What does a creator do? Creator creates. What does he create? What is the thing that they create? It's a creation. It's a creation of any kind. What is the opposite of creation? It's consumption. What is the opposite of a creator? It's a consumer. What does a consumer do? They consume. Now, I want you to think of a lifestyle where you have all the luxuries of the world. Imagine yourself being on a couch made of fur. You have a big wide plasma TV with you. You have air conditioned hall that you're living in. You have a home theater system, and you've got the best of potato chips with you. And you're consuming content, and you're consuming those chips. Sounds lavish to a certain extent. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to repeat this lifestyle into 1,000 days. Tell me how it feels. To me, there's a sense of dissatisfaction that's lingering in this lifestyle. Would you choose to live that kind of a lifestyle where you're running from one craving to another and chasing consumables one after the other? Basically running from one craving to another. What does that kind of a lifestyle look like? That's your second pit stop. I'm moving to the third pit stop. I want to throw some, evidence and science into this. There is something called the theory of cognition. What is the theory of cognition? Theory of cognition says that creativity is the basis of human life. When you create or when you express, you are exercising choice. How does that happen? When you're creating, you're basically letting some part of you out in the real world. As perhaps Steve Jobs once said that I want to make a dent in the universe, a small dent in the universe. You're adding to the reality. When you create, you're exercising choice. To create is to be alive. You're exercising freedom when you're creating. Now, we come to the fourth pit stop. How do you get started? How do you get started on this journey, this mindset shift? Let me tell you about this kind of a therapy. There is this therapy, it's called expressive arts therapy, that's given to people who are depressed. What does this therapy involve? Individuals who have depression, they are made to adopt some sort of creative activity. Could be writing, could be painting. What these guys do, basically, what these guys are made to do by their therapist is they're made to write stuff, and there are certain unresolved emotions. If they're not able to express with words, they're made to paint them out. So how does this basically work? When they create, when they paint, in a very micro form, what they're doing is they're exercising choice. They are deciding which line to draw and where should that line go. Should it be a straight line, or should it twirl and twist, or crisscross? You're exercising choice, you're exercising freedom, and that helps. So how can you start? What do you have to take from it? Block a 15, 20, 30 minute slot and make time to do this. You can do this. You can do this by switching off your TV, switching off your laptop, switching off your iPad, iPhone, whatever. Finding that slot and finding the time to create something. It could be, as simple as writing your own diary. Now with this, we come to the fifth pit stop. Fifth pit stop is about controlling your environment. As I said, switch off your TV, switch off your mobile phone, find that slot out for yourself. What are you doing by doing this? You're controlling your environment. And that's very, very, very necessary, because there's this book called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits says that you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. What they're basically saying is be humble. You can't force yourself to do things. Instead, change your environment, change the systems around you, fall back on the systems. Those systems will make you do things. You will adapt to those systems instead of the world adapting to you. So similarly, control your environment. So what I'm trying to say is you should also have a control. Design your environment the way you want it to be. Consciously control how much you consume. We've been living in this era where these apps allow you to block your screen time, allow you to focus, allow you to do deep work. Deep Work by Cal Newport. I think you should read that book. But okay, moving on in the journey. Sixth pit stop. Why do you need to do this? Why do you need to cut off all consumption? Now let's go back. As humans, for the longest time in the history, we've gone out, done, created means acted in certain manner. We've hunted food, we've grown food, we've arranged for things, we've toiled hard. But over the last few years, what's happened? Years, in fact, decades, what's happened is the ratio has gotten skewed. We're consuming much more than we're creating. And that's not good for our mental health. And why did this ratio get skewed? It's because of consumerism. We're consuming too much because of consumerism. Simple enough, right? Like, directly you understand. But can you stop consuming altogether? Should you stop consuming altogether? That's stupid. So you need to consume other people's creation as well, but let there be a balance and a filter on what you consume. Moving on, let's get our Gadi to the seventh pit stop. What happens when you create? Something fun happens. You get out of your head. Now there's this tendency of humans learning enough about something before giving it an attempt. You can't learn how to swim without diving into the pool. So you need to understand that you need action to move in any direction. Action reveals information. What does this mean? When I say action reveals information, I mean that the world around you is unpredictable. Even the books that you have are sort of wrong. They're sort of half knowledge. They have, the writers accurate. The world is unpredictable AF. You can ask a doctor about it. Even though something has 99% efficacy, if you ask a doctor that will this cure me, he can't confidently say yes, because what if you're that 1%? So the world is not predictable. You need to go out there and test things for yourself and find what works for you. Your action reveals information. Information is not found in books, it's found in action. Get started, don't wait till you're ready. Now, finally, coming to the last few pit stops. What happens when you become a creator? You stop being an internet troll. The average consumer on the internet is just bitter about people who create. You stop doing that when you become a creator, because some sort of an action, stills your mind. It's almost like therapy. A simple way to create, a lot of people find a way to act is by playing finding a game to play. Now, I'm not saying find any kind of game, but there are games like Tetris. Tetris is a game that's known to bring people into the flow state. What is a flow state? Flow state is the perfect balance between anxiety and boredom. And when you're in that flow state, it is the ultimate, or it's the optimum human experience to be in that flow state. So there are certain games, and by the way, you can't be in the flow state while consuming. You have to be creating, you have to be acting to be in flow state. Your body is going to be in action when you're in flow state. So find games like Tetris, or find games that allow you to create. In fact, Fortnite. So go there, go game. In fact, gaming is actually good for mental health. You can go and research about it. So that's that. Now coming to the last pit stop here. Creation is basically a habit. You start one day at a time. If you repeat a habit multiple times, it becomes your identity. And when you make something your identity, then the motivation to stick to that identity is there, right? So start building a habit, repeat that habit multiple times, and eventually you'll find a natural flow and you will be invested in that habit. That'll keep you motivated. Boom. That's what you're going to do. Having worked with communities, having built a community platform, and having run India's largest learning community over the last year, there's something that I've realized. I've come across this fun ratio in any community that applies to any community, and tells me something very interesting about human behavior. In any community, 90% of the people are going to be passive lurkers. They're going to be consumers. 9 to 10% people are the only one who are going to actively engage or participate. So there are always going to be more consumers. We are in such a stage. But what a shame, yaar. What a shame if you've lived a life, if you have a story to tell, if you have a freedom to express, if you want to create, if you can express a choice, if you can bring yourself to that doing mentality. What a shame that 90% of people are still not doing it. They're living silent lives, and they continue to live silent lives. I don't want you to be those 90%. I want you guys to be a creator and, as Steve Jobs said, create a dent in the universe. If you like this video, like the video and subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. That's a wrap, guys. See you.